Hello and welcome back to Girls Got Game. I'm your host, Franki Noble, and today we'll be talking about influential women in the NFL, the Oakland A's relocation, and WWE. So stay tuned because Girls Got Game starts right now.
Hey, I'm having crazy deja vu.
Why? That's good. Welcome back. I'm with Augie and Ty to talk about some influential women in the NFL. How are you guys feeling about talking about some influential women in the NFL?
I'm ready to talk about all the women in powerful positions in the NFL. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I love women in sports. I'm really excited to talk about it.
We all love women in sports.
We do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The reason
Hey,
this
shout out to you, Mom. You
Oh,
taught me how
shout
to
out
play
my
some
mom,
sports.
too.
Let's
My
go.
mom was cheerleader for the
Hey.
Bucks. Women in sports.
Shout out to all the women in sports. Let's go,
Yeah.
women.
Let's go women.
Yep.
So what kind of started this segment was there was a pretty big moment for women in sports last Sunday. Christy Coleman, the Panthers president, and Sandra Douglas Morgan, the Raiders president. It was the first time two NFL teams played each other, and they both had women as their president. I mean, I think this is huge for women trying to go into sports, women that are in sports, little girls that are looking up to these people in powerful positions. What do you guys think about all this?
I mean, it's absolutely powerful for all the young girls out there because, as we know, football it's been a male-dominated sport since it's been created. So for little girls out there to see women in powerful positions running teams, pretty much, it's got to be huge for the young girls out there saying they can do whatever they want. They can go into football and have success and have a powerful career and a powerful job. So it's just great to see all the women out there putting on for the young girls.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely incredible. It's trailblazing. Super exciting to see, especially as someone that wants to work in sports, and I know we all love to see these people in really great positions. We did all choose a specific woman or women in sports to highlight specifically in the NFL. Augie, do you want to start us off with who you chose to talk about?
Yeah, so I chose to talk about Sheila Ford-Ham, the owner of the Detroit Lions. But first I want to shout out two women real quick. Sam Gordon, she doesn't work in the NFL, but she was monumentous in getting girls football on the map and flag football and all that stuff, and even a little tackle football league, as she played football growing up against the boys. And also shout out to Sarah Thomas, the first female referee in the NFL. But now to Sheila Ford-Ham, the owner of the Detroit Lions. So she's actually the great-granddaughter of Henry Ford, obviously, of Ford Motor Company.
That's
yes,
a
absolutely
crazy fun fact.
Yeah. So she's the great-granddaughter of him. And her father actually bought the Detroit Lions in 1963. And then he was the owner for 50 years before he unfortunately passed. And then it was given to her mother, who took it over in 2014, who she then relinquished control in 2020 as due to her age. She was 94 years old at the time. So Sheila Ford-Ham was given control of the team. Actually, she gave control of the team because her siblings voted her to control the team, which is
She's a dog.
Yeah, which speaks a lot to her, honestly, because it's a billion-dollar company.
Absolutely.
And for your siblings to be able to not only not want it for them, but want it for you and see how much they trust you, it's honestly incredible. But so Detroit was kind of irrelevant for a while, but she's kind of brought them back into relevancy.
Oh, yeah.
As she's made some big moves. She got rid of Matt Patricia and the GM after a bad 2020 season as they went 5-11. Now, they brought in Brad Holmes, who spent a lot of times with the
MCD.
Rams, to be their GM. They brought in the man. I mean, we both love Dan Campbell.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
Absolutely. That guy's the best. But she brought them in 2021. They went through a little bit of a rough patch in 2021. Not going to lie. They went 3-13-1.
Yep.
They traded for Jared Goff, got up Matthew Stafford, who then won the Super Bowl that year. So that was a little bit – didn't start off too great. But now, 2020, they went 9-8. They improved a lot. The Lions looked like they were sort of back, sort of relevant. They almost made the playoffs. They spoiled the Packers. But then last year, 2023, they went 12-5, won a playoff game for the first time in, 30 years?
Yeah.
And they made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. So it's just –
So we'll say it's all because of Sheila. It's all because
it's her
of her.
moves. It was
It's
her confidence.
moves.
It was her attitude she wanted to bring to the
But-
team that reflected down, and they did great.
Hey, you know who was standing down there on the sideline during those games?
Oh, so now we're going to move on to Ty's pick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Aaron
absolutely.
Andrews.
Big
Aaron
fan.
Andrews,
She's the
journalist
best.
at ESPN. She is the sideline.
She
Aaron
is the
Andrews is
sideline.
No, absolutely.
awesome. Physical embodiment of the sideline. She's made that her home. And,
She's
you know,
such an incredible
she is
woman
a queen in the castle.
for people to look up to because she's just so intelligent, and you can tell
Yes.
the way she speaks, the way she gets all of her stats out, the way that she can stand there in a male-dominated field and make her mark. Because
Yep.
everybody knows who Aaron Andrews is.
So Aaron Andrews starts off her career as a freelance writer with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Eat your heart out, Florida Panther fans.
Whoa, whoa,
And,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are you talking
Whoa.
about? I'm a Tampa boy. I got to at least let him know. Aaron Andrews starts with Tampa Bay Lightning. She would go on to become a contestant and a co-host of Dancing with the Stars for 11 years.
Oh yeah,
Fun fact for you.
Shout out to last week's Girls Got Game episode.
Nope, shout out.
A shout out
Triple
Triple
G.
G. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, 2016, she becomes a employee of the Mas over there at ESPN. She, for 8 years now, has been the queen of sideline reporting. She is the best, probably to ever do it. Like regardless
It's
of
not
gender,
close.
regardless of
Not
gender, she
even
is
close.
one of the best, maybe the best to ever do it. Phenomenal.
And
Aaron
that's
Andrews,
not even a hot take. That is
no,
like
No.
the take.
she even won the Pat
And
Super Bowl for
it's-
best journalism, best reporter.
It's not a slight on the other sideline
No.
reporters are going to drop too. She's just got so many legendary moments. It's
Yes.
just hard to pick anybody
Richard Sherman.
else. The Richard Sherman interview was the greatest thing I've seen.
Don't
sports
pair me
media
up
wise.
against star receiver like Crabtree. But anyways,
But anyways, I'm going to talk about my choice, which isn't a single woman, but it's a bunch of women. I chose the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders to talk about. In specific, to talk about their salary, which we all agree isn't really a salary.
Yep.
They get paid $15 an hour and $500 per game, and these are some very high performance athletes.
Yep.
Like that's not
Oh,
even a crazy
absolutely.
take to say. They are working hard in the game, outside of the game, with their social life and the way that they have to represent the Dallas Cowboys brand, and they are not getting paid enough for what they do. I mean, they're an incredible force to watch. Everybody knows the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are very iconic. They're a great representation of the team. I just think that they should get paid a little bit more for their efforts because they're entertaining. They seem great. Or at least I watched the Netflix documentary.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
why we're raising awareness for it right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
We have
they're
to raise
iconic.
awareness on this.
I mean, you guys saw Dolly Parton come out in a Cowboys
And
cheerleader
it-
outfit to
right.
perform. First
Yeah.
of all, Dolly Parton, I've been to Dolly World, and you're fantastic, Dolly Parton. But, I mean, that's just how iconic Dallas Cowboys
Let's
cheerleaders
shout out that
are.
woman in sports.
Dolly
She's
Parton?
an athlete.
Dolly Parton is an
basically.
athlete.
Yeah.
I love Dolly Parton, man. She's the best.
Well, we're going to end on that. We love Dolly Parton here.
I
But
love women in sports.
We love women in sports. We love Dolly Parton. Stay tuned because we're not going to talk about women in sports. We're going to talk about the Oakland A's.
Hello, Hitting the Field family. My name is Andrew Montana, host of Season 19 of The Main Show. And on behalf of HTF, we hope you're enjoying today's content. But I'm here to tell you about everything else we have to offer here at the network. Mondays at noon, HTF Bets goes live with 3 of the best on-air faces we have in the program. Andrew Gregg's personality, Tyler Brownrigg's sports expertise, and Nick Cohen's versatility make this show a fan favorite, but also a warm light to guide you through the harsh world that is the sports betting industry. On Tuesdays, Franki Noble hosts a brand new show called Girls Got Game, blending women in sports, the biggest sports news stories, and creative segments that make for a fun and engaging show. Next up, we've got The Combine, an easygoing, conversational, and podcast-style show dropping on Wednesdays with Ty Paton as your host. No changes there. But a big change for The Combine is the set. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to The Combine from our brand new podcast studio. We've got the lights, we've got the cameras, all for Ty Paton to bring the action, and we hope you're just as excited as we are for this amazing opportunity. Much great content from The Combine this semester, as always. Then tune in Thursdays at noon for our second live show, The Main Show, hosted by, well, yours truly. Here we'll cover any sport, any topic, any story, no matter how obscure, be it basketball, football, hockey, soccer, UFC, MMA, cycling, even baseball. But be sure to tune in throughout the semester for our special shows, including drafts, debates, and much, much more. Lastly, Nighttime is aired on Fridays, where Patrick Previty and Matthew Bracker talk about UCF and college sports. From in-depth looks at campus's top storylines to collegiate records being broken nationwide, let Nighttime be your primary college sports resource. And outside of our 5-show roster, be sure to tune into our other content, such as the Studio Days vlog run by Vlog King Nick Cohen, breaking news graphics on our Instagram page, and much more. As well, make sure you subscribe to Hitting the Field Network on YouTube, as well as following us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. But as for me, I've been Andrew Montana. Thank you so much for watching, and back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Welcome back. Augie still stayed on. He's not going to talk about Dolly Parton anymore.
Why not? Why can't I talk about
Because
Dolly?
Edgar has come on, so we could talk about the Oakland A's.
That's why.
So the Oakland A's have played their last game at the Coliseum, and I know these two feel very passionately about it, so I'm just going to let you guys go ahead.
So I'm going to start us off here, Hill. John Fisher, take a hike. Get out of sports. If you're not trying to win, sell the team.
Which we've seen some signs that say.
Many.
Many signs.
I think 30,000 people
Thousands.
have been in the Coliseum chanting, sell the team. There's
So-
plenty of signs for him to sell the team.
I think there's a lot of people that agree with you. We've seen a very upsetting game in the last Oakland A's game. Very hard to watch.
When I saw the grounds crew handing out the
Horrible.
dirt to the fans.
And the fans
I
sitting
They were
almost,
on the
putting in like
seats.
water
I almost
bottles.
teared
Yes.
up. It was like, it was emotional for me.
And the fans taking their
they
seats
ripped the
with
chairs.
them.
Oh my
God.
Crazy.
That was wild.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's just like devastating. Like you see this stuff and it's hard to watch.
And
It's very hard.
I think it makes it worse because we've known this has been coming for quite some time now. And look, the A's have a history of relocation. They started up in Philly as one of the original MLB teams, went to Kansas City, now in Oakland. Now what's next, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And it's just
also a sincere, heartfelt apology to the citizens of Oakland. You guys have lost all your sports teams in the last 5 years.
Raiders, Warriors.
Well,
Warriors,
this
and
is
now
now-
Athletics. I mean, I don't know what you guys have left.
This is
Nothing.
now-
Nothing. Literally nothing. It's
This
just
is
terrible.
the first time that Oakland has been without a major sports franchise since 1960.
And it's absolutely terrible. It's a travesty. There's so many passionate fans out there. They literally would sit out in the parking lot and boycott the games.
They've
Right.
never been the problem, and I think
No, never.
It's what makes it worse is that it's not really necessary. We didn't really have to be in the situation. John Fisher said he encountered 5 different possibilities to relocate in the Bay Area, but looking into it, none of them even got close.
And he doesn't even have a plan for Vegas. He's just winging
Nope,
it.
no financial
You're winging
plan.
it with $1 billion corporation.
It's insane
It's
at the MLB
absolutely
level.
wow.
And we were talking about the payroll for the A's. What was it this year? Like 40, 60 million?
And it was not even 60, it was 40.
How can you compete?
The Pirates were the second, 29th ranked team in payroll, and the Oakland A's were $30 million underneath them. And this has been a trend, honestly. Like everybody's seen the movie
Nothing new.
Moneyball.
It's nothing new.
Like, I mean, the movie Moneyball is a pretty accurate representation. They don't spend any money. They maximize profit over everything else, and we've seen it. Like,
Right.
I mean,
It's-
every player they had that was good and was an all-star, traded away. Josh Donaldson makes an all-star team. Next season, he goes to Toronto. He wins MVP.
It's crazy.
Sonny Gray,
Sonny Gray, Sean Manaea, but like we were talking about, it's,
Matt Olson, Matt Chapman. They're good players. Get out of town. Go somewhere else and go play.
It's just bad business deal after bad business deal. And yeah, we're talking about the business side of it. They haven't had the best season. They ended with 71 wins. Right now they're sitting at 71 wins, 91
Right.
losses.
Yeah.
What would you pinpoint as like their lowest of the season?
I mean, it was a season.
it was the whole
full of woes.
season, yeah.
They
I
only
think so.
really had one bright spot, and that was Mason Miller, their closer.
104, last pitch
That
at
guy
the
is
Coliseum.
electric.
Unbelievable.
I honestly thought he was going to be dealt at the trade deadline because he's too good. He doesn't deserve
I
this.
was surprised he stayed on, to be
Yeah.
honest, but he'll go somewhere else
Yeah.
fairly soon. But yeah, he's unbelievable.
But can we talk about them playing literally in a AAA stadium?
Yes, this
It's
is
not
what
even
we
their
need.
own AAA organization.
Because
It's
Giants.
wild.
Because what is the future for this program? They're going to play in a
They're moving to
triple-
Sacramento for 2 years, and they're
For-
playing in the San Francisco Giants AAA stadium that seats 10,000 people. Which, to be honest, if you're the Oakland A's, that's way too many seats. There's still gonna be empty
man.
seats.
The Sacramento River Cats.
Yeah,
The River
which
Cats.
who actually
home of
used
the
to
River
be,
Cats.
They used to be part of the organization of the Oakland Athletics.
Yep,
but then
2015, they made the change to the Giants. So-
Which John Fisher also used to own part of the Giants. So you thought maybe he'll be able to take his winning organization, what he learned there, to the Oakland A's, but obviously that has not been the case.
So we just hate John Fisher pretty much. That's
I mean,
the
I've never
conclusion.
met the guy, obviously.
He's the
I
one
just
to
don't like the
blame.
moves.
He's
The
the one
moves
to
make
blame.
no sense. And Rod Manfred there was no sense, and Rod Manfred just backed it all. It makes no sense. Rod Manfred's also the same guy that called the MLB World Series trophy a piece of metal. So I take what he says with a grain
Yeah,
of
with
salt.
that mindset, you can't really listen.
But think
No,
about it. I mean,
no.
from a commissioner's point of view, having a team in Las Vegas, who's going to say no to that?
It's nice.
Right.
Who
It's
cares?
a great thing, but you can get somebody. You can make a new
course,
franchise.
of course.
There's plenty of teams and plenty of places to go put somebody, and you're taking the last bit of hope from these Oakland
Yep.
fans. I mean, it's just, it breaks my heart, honestly. And
It's-
I'm not even an Athletics fan. I'm a Mets fan. We got a big game
But it-
on Monday
it
night. Let's
breaks-
go Mets.
It
But,
breaks
I mean, come on.
everybody's heart.
It
If
does.
you
It
have a
does.
heart, it's going to be broken.
Especially to see how full the Coliseum was that last game.
Absolutely.
And they hit the biggest stadium in all of baseball, and
A
it's
gorgeous
just 10% full.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. We wish the former Oakland A's the best. But stay tuned because we're going to talk WWE next.
Tyler Brownrigg. It says in my notes you're an Oklahoma fan.
That is correct.
So let me ask you, bud. Is Texas back?
All right, I put on a brave face a lot, but this year, I'm really scared that they are, man. Okay, they just beat Alabama. They're gonna be top 4 in the rankings. And last year, they beat us 48-0.
Yeah.
It was humiliating. We're the Oklahoma Sooners. We were the best ever. We were talk of the town. We had Baker, Kyler, and Jalen 3 years in a row. And now, are we good? I don't know. We haven't won a national title since 2000. We're number 18, I think, and nothing matters, dude.
Sometimes we build up these walls thinking they're impenetrable. But sometimes you have to knock these walls down to build up bigger and stronger ones. And you got to be tough through that. It's hard being an Oklahoma fan at this time, but grass is always going to be greener on the other side of the hill, buddy.
Is it? I cannot live through a Texas national championship. I can't. I'll never recover.
Do you want to talk about Lincoln Riley?
What'd you just say to me?
We're back for a segment I'm very excited about. We're talking some WWE. I know Tyler's waited a long time to talk WWE, and we're with Diego and Jan. How are you guys doing?
Good. Great. I've been super excited for Bad Blood. I think it's going to be better than Bash at Berlin, so looking forward to this pay-per-view.
There you go, Tyler.
I've wanted to do this for so long. Ever since I came to HTF, I've always thought about doing it, and then I did it on Main Show. I did a rant when Cody Rhodes won the title at WrestleMania. So now it's a full segment, and I'm so hyped.
We're so excited. I am fascinated by the world of WWE, like completely. So we're just gonna get into it. Diego, do you want to talk about the match that you chose?
Yeah, so the matchup that I chose was Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. This match is gonna be insane, I think. It's pretty surreal that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are both teaming up for a match together, considering like their long rivalry that's lasted over like 2-3 years now. And also, like, on the other side for Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, I think, like, Jacob Fatu is such an electric wrestler. I mean, ever since, like, he debuted, he's just been doing crazy stuff in the ring. And then with Solo Sikoa, obviously, his feud with Roman Reigns was really interesting as well because, you know, he took that tribal chief, like, the name, like, the self-proclaimed himself as the tribal chief after Roman Reigns lost to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be there's a lot of storylines with just this match alone. And then obviously with Cody, like, you know, his feud with Solo Sikoa itself, and then he tried to challenge Jacob Fatu, you know, to compete for the world title, and then Solo Sikoa didn't allow it. Like, feels like Jacob Fatu has, like, something to prove in this match as well. So, yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it should be super exciting to watch. I was saying earlier that I'm definitely going to watch all this because it's been super exciting to learn about it. What are you guys looking forward to from this match?
I think the biggest thing is just like, I really don't know how it's going to end, right? Because you have a superstar team of Cody and Roman, the two biggest stars in WWE, but they're going against Solo and Jacob, and Cody has beaten Solo twice now in 2 matches for the undisputed WWE Championship. This is Roman Reigns' first ever match back, and so it's like, who do you have win? In my opinion, I think it'll probably be Solo and Jacob. Somehow they'll come out on top just to really set up that feud with Roman in the future, leading to the Survivor Series and War Games to keep that bloodline story going. Maybe The Rock comes back soon. Who knows? We'll see.
The final boss.
The final boss.
Oh my
but
God.
It's just, I don't really like it that much because I don't like Cody and Roman teaming up. They hate each other. Yeah. The entire time Cody was trying to finish the story and beat Roman. Then he finally did. And Cody's allies don't like that he's teaming up. Randy and KO, they've voiced their displeasure quite often in the past couple weeks ever since this match got announced. So that'll probably be building up to their next feud because Kevin Owens, he's fighting his old demons, I guess, and they're starting to come back out.
Crazy. Well, that sounds very exciting. Jan, you have another exciting matchup that you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Finally finishing the trilogy for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. First match, CM Punk let his rage over the bracelet stolen get to him.
This is my favorite thing ever. Like, by the way, like, it is my favorite thing ever. Continue.
If you watch the match, he was hitting him in an armbar, and then he looks at the bracelet and stops and really thinks to himself, oh, I need the bracelet back right now.
Crazy.
And he fails, and Drew takes advantage, you know, wins the first one. And then they do a strap match when they're, you know, hog-tied together, and Drew kind of sells it, you know. I think he low-key had it. CM Punk ends up winning the second matchup. So this trilogy is gonna be crazy. I feel like they actually hate each other outside of the script.
Well, he broke the bracelet.
yeah,
as
he
I've
did
been
break the
told.
bracelet and broke
Saturday.
into his home.
Oh yeah, the thing I really want to make sure we touch on is we were talking about WWE, and I was told home invasions happen often.
Yeah,
can we talk about
It's a
these
bit of a
home
concern
invasions?
how big of a regular occurrence this is. About how many times you see it. The security at WWE, they gotta step it up. But this is true hatred between these two men.
Yeah.
With CM Punk constantly screwing over Drew McIntyre for the world title. And so there is only one way to settle a true rivalry and hatred like this, and I'm so glad it is a Hell in a Cell match.
Which is also crazy that we are talking about a professional sporting event, and it's called Hell in the Cell.
I'm telling you,
This is crazy.
There's gonna be a point in the match where they're both gonna be 40 foot up top of the cage.
They're gonna be on top
Which
of
is crazy.
Yes.
Like,
Do
I
they
don't
throw
know
him
how
off
this
the
is
top?
legal.
No, I'm telling you, Drew is throwing CM Punk off
off the top of the 20-foot
Yes,
steel
But like,
cage.
yes,
do you
yes.
guys like hear yourselves? Like, how is this legal?
How is
Well,
it
it's
not?
like I've seen it happen like
I've seen it, yeah.
3 times
Well,
now.
What's the shark one?
The shark cage. We'll talk about the shark cage.
that's
don't worry.
next thing. That's
later.
next.
That's later.
Just a sneak peek.
TV of that, but no, this is there are no rules in a Hell in a Cell match. Weapons are legal.
Sledgehammers?
Blood will be shown.
Steel chairs, trash cans, kendo sticks. If they can find it, they can use it. It will be bloody. These men will probably be brutalized and injured by the end of this. Though I think CM Punk is going to take it. The best in the world is going to come out on top and then start chasing gold once again.
Right. Doesn't this sound so exciting? Men will be brutalized and injured.
For your entertainment.
For pure entertainment. And the thing I really want to touch on is the Shark Tank. So
In my match that I want to talk about, it's one of the 2 title matches that is happening at Bad Blood. Both of the women's titles are up for grabs. Nia Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. But the match I want to highlight is for the Women's World title, and that'll be between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. These two have had a history. They used to be tag team partners, then they lost the titles, and then Rhea attacked Liv, got her injured. Then Liv came back later, or a few months ago, after WrestleMania, and injured Rhea, and that caused Rhea, who was at the time the reigning Women's World Champion for over a year nearly at that point, she had to relinquish her title because she could no longer defend it. And then Liv ends up taking the title. And not only that, the Judgment Day, which is the group that Rhea was a member of, as well as Damian Priest, another figure, the leader, probably, the de facto leader.
Yeah.
There was a coup at SummerSlam. And
A coup?
Yeah.
What do you mean
it
a
was,
coup?
It was a coup.
It was a coup.
It was a coup. And it started with her match against Liv for the Women's World Champion when her boyfriend / boy toy, Dominic Mysterio,
who's going to be in the Shark Tank?
who interfered with the match.
Dirty Dom is the
Dirty Dom continued to interfere in the Women's World title match as long as Liv Morgan was in it, kept her winning it, and at SummerSlam, changed sides. He's with Liv now, threw a steel chair into the ring for Liv to use to win the title
How is
and
that
retain.
allowed? Like, how,
Because the ref was distracted.
There's no security at all. These refs are terrible at their
But general
job.
manager of Raw,
Get him outta here.
Adam Pearce, he was like, I got a solution. Dom, you keep interfering. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna suspend you in a shark cage above the ring,
which is totally sane.
So there is no way that you can interfere with this match again.
So like there will be live sharks there?
No, he's just in the cage. It's
No,
a
he's
shark
just in
cage.
a shark cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
It's
is,
like-
okay,
it's like a little
I want to
pod.
clarify. This entire time I thought he was swimming with sharks.
No. He's not swimming with
That would
sharks.
have been better, honestly.
That would've been more-
Oh
that-
my God.
That would have
That would be crazy.
So nobody will be swimming with sharks, but he'll be suspended.
He will be suspended in air about a solid 12 feet.
Yeah. And like
So
a s-
like similar. What were you gonna say?
it's like a small pod with like it's like a
He's
really
locked
small
behind
jail
bars
cell.
once
so
again.
he's in timeout.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
Yeah, you're
hearing.
being punished.
In the air.
It's because he's dirty Dom. He keeps doing dirty things.
See, but like, how can you like? It's professional sports, right?
Sports
Scripted.
entertainment.
Professional
Sports
wrestling.
entertainment.
Sports entertainment.
Scripted entertainment. How can you just be like, you want to come on stage and throw a chair at someone? Go ahead. Like, how is that like a thing?
It's a beautiful art form.
Yeah.
And I love it. Everything about
You
it.
need to be able to sell your finishers. You know, you need to be able to. Yeah, no, okay. Everybody has their signature and their finisher. You know, what kind of leads up to their big move. You know, and their finishers, you need to be able to sell it right. Just because you're getting hit with a stone cold, stunner doesn't mean you gotta just act like it didn't hurt.
Yep. So to conclude, I think WWE is super girly, so chaotic. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have to talk WWE and for the episode this week. But stay tuned next week for a new episode of Girls Got Game.